Yo, what's up everyone? It's Spider Studio and I'm gonna do a review for Marvel Spider-Man 2, but first I wanna talk about something. This is my full Batman gameplay. I only have in like 4 parts and I left it unlisted. I might edit a few things, I'm not sure honestly, but I think you can still watch if it's unlisted. But I kinda stopped recording after part 4 because it was like way too much storage. And for the first one I had to edit it so much. It was like an hour and 3 minutes, and I made it like 45 minutes because of storage reasons. And I don't want to do all that again, which is why I kind of stopped. But I do plan on making a review. So if you guys are curious what I thought about other parts about the game, I'll talk about it in my review, which will come after this review because I haven't finished playing the game yet. Anyway, you guys asked for because right now it says 14 votes, which is a yes, and there's like 1 vote that says no. We're going to acknowledge the majority. So let's talk about my review for this game, which came out like 2 years ago. I don't know why. It's just, oh yeah, I got the game not around that time. I literally got this game in January. Wait, no, what? I think it was no. I got it around January. Well, whatever. I just got this game this year. Anyway, and we'll talk about what I love and despise about this game. And also, that Wolverine game looks so cool. You guys should get it when it comes out September. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna make a review on it. So anyway, Marvel Spider-Man 2, the game that a lot of people hate. It's including me, honestly. I kind of. But let's talk about one thing. Let's talk about positive things first. Let's talk about the pros. You see, the gameplay is actually pretty good. This game is very like fun to play, especially for the free characters you play as Miles, Peter, and Venom. There's like no one else you play in this game. No one else. And each of them are kind of unique. I'm surprised how unique they made Miles and Peter, despite them both being Spider-Man. But they made it. I mean, they both obviously have similar web abilities, but they're mostly unique, which is good because Miles is a unique Spider-Man. And Peter, I'm not gonna lie, I prefer playing him in the Sims. So I don't know why, but I thought Peter. Well, no. Everyone said this. Peter was literally nerfed in the game. He felt weaker. I don't know why, but in the gameplay when I was playing it, Peter felt weaker than Miles, which honestly, man, I know Miles is stronger than Peter, but why they made Peter so weak? Even in this segment of gameplay right here, Miles is having a better time fighting Sandman, but Peter should be the one having better time because Peter's like the experienced Spider-Man. And that boss fight, you guys may not think about this, but that Peter boss fight with him wearing the symbiote, Peter should have honestly destroyed Miles. One, he's experienced. Two, he has symbiote on. Three, he's somehow fully corrupted around that time. Now Miles was clearly holding back, cause Miles would have wait no, but honestly, yeah. Anyway, also the music by John Stasio. I don't pronounce his last name. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your last name, John. Is honestly incredible, and I do think music is a very important form in media, such as movies, TV shows, and like this video games, because music can really elevate a scene, like Star Wars. Like my favorite fight in Star Wars is Anakin Skywalker versus Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith. And want to know why it's my favorite? And one of the reasons is the music by John Williams, because the music really elevates the scene. It makes it feel emotional, epic, tragic, all types of emotions just because of the music. And the music in this also benefits, like honestly, my favorite boss fight was the Peter one, because of the music was downright incredible, and it really helped, and it really tells you the player the emotions of the scene in a much more better way than just characters saying, "I'm I'm sad. I'm sad. I have to fight my best friend slash mentor." It's way better. And bibbidi bobbidi boo. Also, Symbiote Spider-Man is honestly like probably the best character in the game. Wait, no, it's Cap. That's Craven. But anyway, Symbiote Spider-Man is peak. Okay, but let's talk about why. You see, when you first play as him, like literally right here, the gameplay honestly kind of gets better. The gameplay is like for Peter gets so much better once you start playing as him, and it's just so you feel so powerful. You feel agile, and it's kind of addictive, which I think was the point. Like you're kind of addicted to playing Symbiote Spider-Man because Symbiote Spider-Man feels so much better than what Peter normally feels. I really hate how much they nerfed Peter, but anyway, you feel downright like a powerful being, like invincible. Like no one can stop you in this. Like literally, no one can stop you as Symbiote Spider-Man. And I can't even judge Peter for wanting the symbiote. Cause imagine this, you have like a black slimy thing that just makes you like more powerful than you ever were before, and it like improves most of the things except it just makes you negative and stuff. Also, the build up with him changing suit with his suit becoming more alien as a symbiote takes like more control of him and makes him like more aggressive was actually pretty good. And I also prefer the second suit. The second suit that he wears, which is not in this scene, is actually kind of scary because it really shows how much the symbiote has corrupted Peter. And also, yeah, I mentioned this. The boss fight's like pretty amazing. Despite I think Peter should have won, but Miles winning makes sense because Peter at the end was resisting the symbiote. Anyway, Craven the Hunter. Craven the Hunter's game is honestly amazing because I'll be so for real. I never cared about Craven. Like literally in every Spider-Man media, I never cared about him. Even Spectacular Spider-Man, the pretty much perfect Spider-Man show, could even make me care about Craven. And I honestly think Craven was honestly like the worst character in that show. Not that he was terrible or awful, but it's just that he wasn't like interesting or compelling. And this game made me actually care about him. Maybe it was the voice actor Jim Parari. Sorry if I pronounced your last name wrong. But Jim downright cooked with Craven. Like he has some of the best lines game. Like one scene where he tells the demon Peter Parker is dating. Tells her that there are no good men, only good prey. That's kind of what it sounded like, but it sounds pretty good. And also his boss fight with Spider-Man right here, and later Venom was actually pretty fun. And not gonna lie, this boss fight was kind of hard, but he kind of gave me. It's kind of felt like what if Spider-Man was fighting Batman if Batman had prepped him. That's kind of the vibes this boss fight gave me. And his motivation is actually pretty simple. He wants to die like a warrior's death, but it kind of makes sense for a hunter like him. Because do you really think a hunter wants to go in a hospital? A hunter probably wants to go out hunting the best thing to find, hoping that thing will end them or something. What were Craven's thinking? It's like that. And also, he's honestly a threat to both Spider-Man because literally he kills Peter Parker earlier in the game before getting symbiote on. And he gives Venom a decent chance, but obviously Venom like overpowers him because he's Venom. And this game overall has incredible voice acting with Yuri Lowenthal as Peter Parker, Jim as Craven, and Tony in the rest in peace the the late Tony Todd. Also, the Flame, Cletus Cassidy, yeah, he's in this game, but it's like a side mission. He's actually pretty good, not gonna lie. He's a great adaptation of the Carnage character. He's different. They made him like a cult leader, but the change, but that's just like one change. They probably made others that I'm not like didn't like notice, but it was pretty good. He's still a pretty good version of Carnage. Well, Cletus, I can't wait for him to become Carnage. And also, the boss fights in this game are better from the first one. They're like to me more engaging, and also because of the health bar. It really helps with the health bar. And also like the friendship between Harry Osborn and Peter for like I think I'm gonna say the first couple of hours of the game. For the first couple of hours of the game, I really like the friendship between Harry Osborn and Peter Parker. They really felt like brothers, which I really like, and it kind of makes him becoming Venom more emotionally conflicted for the player, even though that failed. But we're not going to talk about that right now. Now let's talk about some cons. One of them is that the second game, because you know the first game there was like a lot of gadgets, like we were on Batman type gadgets in the first game, and then the second one they just removed them. They were like so fun. And I even replayed the first game, and like I don't want to touch the second game ever again because one of the reasons is the gadgets. Like why they remove the gadgets? We just have combo moves, and that's not as fun to play because with gadgets you get so creative with them. And one con is just an entire character. Her name, the demon, Mary Jane Watson. Yeah, here. And no, it's not because she's a female. It's because she sucks. Okay, now I'm gonna actually tell why. You see, her character arc, if I'm surprised she even has one in the game, is literally the same one as the first game. Because of the first game, you play as Mary Jane well, a lot of times, which never fails to not make me mad. But the point is, she had a character arc of proving herself and like I actually forgot. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know that her character arc is honestly the same as the first game. It's like, and then I don't like really care anyway. She also feels unimportant to the story, and honestly, if she was removed from the game, what could have changed? Exactly nothing. No, not nothing. Nothing. Literally nothing. There's probably one important thing she did, which was find Dr. Connors. But like that was it. Also, for some reason, she didn't tell Harry or even motivate Harry or even like, hey, maybe we should remove this symbiote off Peter. And the worst part is, she only makes him angrier because literally later in the game, well, it's earlier than this, that Mary Jane um tells everyone that symbiote Peter is like crashing out and like causing harm. And that makes it worse because that only motivated Peter to get even closer with the symbiote of Mary Jane. His girlfriend's like dissing on him, and especially if it will ruin his reputation and it'll only make Peter more trusting of the symbiote. What an idiot she is. And also, I just hate her. She's not compelling or interesting. Her voice actor actually does a pretty good job. I really hope her voice actor voices like another character in something else. And if she's good in anything else, I will literally watch it because I really felt like the voice actor carried Mary Jane and made her tolerable. I feel bad for the voice act. I mean, actress. I feel bad for the voice actress. Not gonna lie, playing such a terrible character. But anyway, let's talk about the one and only Mr. Negative. Yeah, it's Mr. Negative. Yeah, him. This boss fight was actually pretty dope, not gonna lie. Anyway, he kind of sucks in this game, not gonna lie. His redemption arc with Miles Morales over here motivating him honestly sucks because I was following him getting redeemed because honestly, I don't know, I have no idea what it can do with his character besides redeeming him, making him a better person. I mean, it could make him worse, but like, would that really like? Plus, you can understand him anyway. The main reason why this redemption arc didn't make sense was because he never talked about Norman Osborn once again, despite Norman being responsible for the way he is right now, and him becoming and Otto being like Norman's biggest haters in the first game. And it's just like, I really hate how he didn't even mention Norman once. Like he did, like it didn't seem like he moved on from his hatred. And I really wish they delve into his hatred, and plus he kind of at the end says that Spider-Man's way is the right way, despite him not seeing, despite there's literally like no success or villains. Like look, this game has the message of second chances, and I'm gonna talk about that con right now because Mr. Negative is like the perfect example of that. All second chances and redemption of the villains in this game feel completely forced, or you're like telling yourself what else they're gonna do. And Miles Morales right here, despite being very powerful, honestly, honestly like the second best character to play this game. I hate his character arc of I'm not sure what it calls, but like not hang Miss Mark Lee feels kind of rushed, and I kind of wish. Well, let me tell you something. This game wants to do too much. It wants to be a Miles Morales game about Miles Morales moving on from the grief of his dad and stop hating the person he hates the most, Mr. Negative, and being a Peter Parker game where Peter Parker struggles with the grief of his Aunt May and becomes addicted to the symbiote, becoming aggressive and violent around criminals and his friends, and also like he like that's too much. And it also wants to have all these ideas and it just puts them in there. Also, Miles Morales, his relationship with his friends and Haley, like no one cares about that. At least I didn't. I could care less, especially when he was asking out Haley around the Single Invasion. That made me mad because this is Peter Parker's fighting for his life, and for some reason, Miles is like, let me ask out that one girl I like. Like, bro, save the world. Also, his character kind of inconsistent because most of the game doesn't trust criminals. Makes sense, but why did he trust Black Cat? Like Black Cat lied to Peter DLC. I know Peter gonna be like, Miles, Felicia lied to me about us having a son, or something like that. And for some reason, he trusts her, and even lets her get away. Also, his final suit, which I'm not gonna show because if I do, I'm gonna censor it because how disgusting and atrocious his final suit is. His final suit is the worst thing. Well, one of the worst things my eyes have ever seen. Like, what were the designers thinking? Who came up with the suit? Like, what they needed to do was just remove the suit. I don't like anything about the suit. I don't. His hair is out of his suit. He has blue electric lines that look goofy. He has Adidas shoes. I think that's what they are. Well, whatever. He just looks stupid with his hair, with his Killmonger looking hair out. Like, why they give Miles Morales Killmonger hair? Like, get that trash off Miles. Just make him like he wasn't the first game or even the one from Spider-Verse. Norman Osborn, Peter Parker's biggest is barely a character in this game. He's like unimportant for some reason, which makes no sense because this is like honestly, I'll be real with you, this is mostly a Peter Parker game, and it just feels stupid. And plus, in the Carnage DLC, that deals side mission, Carnage's side mission is great, except but there's like this one problem. It's nothing to do with the characters, kind of do with Norman Osborn because turns out the Flame stole a symbiote and is kind of telling the player that Norman had more than one symbiote, and Norman in this game actually cares about his son. And Harry needs a symbiote to survive. So with those few things, you're like, Norman, why did you give another symbiote to Harry? And it's just stupid. Also, the setup for his Green Goblin is actually awful. Like, Harry Osborn is unconscious. Norman literally asked for Peter, Spider-Man, not to kill his son, and he didn't. He's not in the best condition, but he could be worse. He could be 6 feet under. But ungrateful Norman over here He's just like, what have you done to him? And also, um, I'm pretty sure he's gonna become the Green Goblin in the third game. It's just gonna feel so stupid and forced. And now let's talk about the subject that honestly breaks my heart the most. The one, the only Venom. Yeah, him. So you're thinking, Spidey Studio, what's wrong? That's a killer design, and I agree. Everything's service level, like his voice by the great late Tony Todd, and even Harry Osborn. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I kind of forgot, but the voice actor for Harry Osborn does pretty good. And honestly, this is probably my favorite Venom design. Everything's service level. His boss fights are, well, boss fight is fun and honestly difficult. And what else? His voice, his design and gameplay. Yes, gameplay. It's pretty good. Now this like the only time I play as Venom. The game director, I forgot his name, nor would I want to remember. For some stupid reason, he cut out most of Venom's stuff to have Mary Jane gameplay, which is the worst thing I have ever heard in my entire life. That definitely does not make me mad at all. Imagine this. A game director said that a cool character that people want to play, actually want to play, says, I don't think so. Let's play this one character that no one wants to play. If you guys are defending Mary Jane because that one mission with Symbiote Spider-Man, that was not good because of her. That was good because of Symbiote Spider-Man. Also, if you guys like Tomb Raider, just comment down below because I'd rather play as Tomb Raider. Or any character we play as a female character is actually good. Oh yeah, I'm playing Lego Batman Legacy Dark Knight, and playing as Batgirl was actually fun. Anyway, Venom. The worst part is that there's like this comic called Venom First Kiss the Ring, where it portrays Venom as an extremist. That this version of Venom actually wants to help people. Now if you're thinking, well, that makes no sense, and I agree with you, because literally in the game, Venom is like, smiling and laughing. He was gleefully trying to kill Miles. Now I'm like, what? I don't think someone who enjoys the idea of like killing people would believe in helping people. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense to you, viewer? And the host being Harry Osborn sucks. It's not because of Eddie Brock, because of the way he set it up. Because he gave all these reasons for Harry Osborn to hate Peter. As a matter of fact, you're kind of on his side because if your best friend took the one thing that kept you alive, would you not be mad at them? And the symbiote kind of just makes everything worse. So obviously, with those two things, Harry should despise Peter. But it turns out later in the game, the symbiote is using Harry's body as a vessel. And you're like, what? And then Harry Osborn redeems himself. And you're like, what? That's what he's going to do. Was he really going to let the symbiote kill the person he cares about? And the worst, and most of the game, Harry portrays as perfect goody two shoes that has zero flaws. And he kind of makes, and when he becomes Venom, kind of makes everything worse and inconsistent. And you mentioned that symbiote take control of him. Now, I really wish Harry was in control of his actions, like 50-50, like it usually is. It would have made Harry's redemption arc much stronger writing and more like. It just would have made it stronger that Harry Osborn was actually changing his ideas, like Darth Vader from Star Wars. He became a better I wouldn't say redeemed, but he became a better person and sacrificed his life to stop the Emperor, and the Emperor never came back after Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Never once. And the symbiote comic makes no sense because you can see the symbiote wants powerful hosts because why else would it want Peter? But you're thinking, wouldn't the symbiote want Kraven, the guy that killed Peter? And it doesn't really show any interest in any powerful characters besides Peter. And also the line, "We are Venom," doesn't make sense in here. Oh, my throat hurts from doing that. So, the line "We are Venom" makes no sense because I just kind of said it earlier that symbiote is fully in control. And plus, the name Venom makes no sense because what are you Venom to? What are they poisoning? Nothing. Nothing. Like they're poisoning nothing. They plan on hurting. They plan on helping people. They don't plan on hurting anyone. So the whole poison thing makes. So the whole poison venomous thing makes no sense. I know Craven said not as venomous as they used to be, but why would the symbiote base their name off that? I don't think that makes any sense. Or even Harry. Also, I do wish this version of Venom got obviously more screen time because obviously he needed it and honestly a bigger presence. I really hate. It's crazy how Craven the Hunter, a villain I didn't care about, is way better in this game than Venom. Like, a character I actually love, and honestly, one of my favorite characters of all time is Venom. Anyway, I do wish the writing for Venom was better. Tony Todd, Ben 10, um, and the design and everything surface level was amazing. And I do think this human invasion ruined his character because they could have gone with the idea that Venom wants to help people, but since people see him as a poison, he kind of goes with that, or they. And the worst part is human invasion gives Venom less screen time because you gotta focus on the invasion and then defeat Venom. And this has a rush for third act. Like the third act is incredibly rushed. Like the first two acts, it didn't feel rushed to me at all. But then the third one, it felt so rushed. I was like, whoa. Also I wish Black Cat had more screen time or a bigger presence in the game. Or give her her own game or DLC. I would play that honestly. Um, Overall, my rating of the game is a 6.5 out of 10. Great gameplay and perfect adaptation of Craven the Hunter, but honestly, a lot of story problems and character flaws, but nothing gameplay. If you want to get this game, you're like, this is a fun game. Yeah, it's a fun game to play, but please ignore the story and whatever characterization. Do not expect the top a 10 out of 10 story like with Marvel Spiderman. Anyway, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. See you guys next time. Adios.